Yesterday I recorded a video and I realised that I was wearing the exact same t-shirt that I was wearing in the last video that I did, which was a week before, and it makes it look like I've only got one t-shirt. So look, I've just recorded this bit now. See, different t-shirt. I have more than one t-shirt. Hey everyone, Darren Cornwall here. Welcome to my studio. I hope you're all doing well. Yesterday I put a video up here on YouTube where I was thanking the 100 people who had subscribed to my Patreon. The people who were helping me out over there, people who wanted to support me, people who wanted to learn how to paint. I did a video thanking them. Today this video is all for you guys here on YouTube. I, as most of you probably know, have been so busy in recent times trying to catch up on my commissions. I have sorry, just turning that music down a little bit. I probably for like the last year and a half or something now, I've been trying to catch up on my commissions and just painting, and sometimes that means I miss things that I would have otherwise seen. One case, one example, if I'm just going to bring this up on my screen so I can see what I'm looking at. At some point recently, my YouTube channel went over 10,000 subscribers. 10,000. Now I know there are channels on YouTube that have 45 million subscribers. That's not me. I'm not those people. I'm not that popular. I'm just a little guy who paints in his studio. For me, the fact that 10,000 people are even remotely interested in what I do blows my mind. Just like, I can't understand how 10,000 people around the world have enough interest to even half pay attention to what I do. So 10,000 people, boom, mind blowing. Whilst I was looking at that, because once I saw this, I started looking at other stuff on YouTube. And I noticed that all of my videos put together, and there's actually not been that many, because most of my videos that I do on YouTube, recently anyway, and it's something that I'm trying to change, are private ones that go on my Patreon. So they are for people who are on my Patreon. They can get a link and they get to watch me doing painting tutorials, but YouTube at large, you know, the public YouTube, don't get to see them. So there's not that many videos that people have seen. There was one series of painting Captain Kirk, I think. There's been a few where I've edited some painting things down to 10 minutes. There's not that many. And I had to look, and my videos have been watched. Well, I have to read this out. Let me fix my moustache for this. My videos overall have been viewed 1,171,313 times. 1,170,000. What? I can't even imagine how that is possible. How people can watch my videos 1.2 million times. But if you are one of those 10,000 people, and you might be if you're watching this, that have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I don't make any money from YouTube. I know there are people who get rich on YouTube. You need millions of subscribers and millions of views. I think I get something like £6 a month from YouTube. It's not a lot of money. But the fact that 10,000 people have subscribed is wonderful. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, go and have a look at some of my painting stuff. And if you're interested, subscribe, because there's going to be a load more coming. If you are one of those people, and you are, if you're watching this, who's watched one of my 1,171 views, thank you. You blew my mind. The other thing that I was looking at while I was doing it, this is ridiculous. I had to look at what was the most viewed videos that I did. And there's one where I recreated the scene at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy where Drax is sitting there and little baby Groot in his pot is dancing away and Drax turns around and Groot freezes. I recreated that scene. I did this 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, something like that. That's been viewed. It's pretty much about to hit 200,000 times. 199,757 views that's had. That is insane. I thought that would be seen by about 100 people. So that's incredible. That's the thing that's had the most views out of anything that I've done. That's had 2,785 likes. Stuff I do normally gets 10 likes, maybe 100 likes. 2,700 is insane. The next one down is one of my old videos, like 11 years ago. I've actually got, let me reach over and bring him in. The very first figure I ever did, Anakin Skywalker, I resculpted that head from a sideshow figure, from this sideshow figure. And I could tell that it didn't look like Hayden Christensen, so this was when I was doing this as a hobby. I just needed something to do because I'd been taken off work because of my epilepsy. So I was trying to find something to do, and I saw this and I thought, I know what's wrong with that face. I know why it doesn't look like the actor. I'm going to fix it. First thing I ever did. So I did this particular figure. This is the exact figure. And I fixed it. And a lot of people on the collecting forums who were collecting the same figures started saying, well, my figure looks rubbish now that I've seen that. Can you do the same for me? And I'd never thought that that was something that could be... Why would that be a job? I hadn't even considered that. And that, over the last 11 years, led to me doing this for a living. And that video, I did a video of that and the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure that I did with it. And that video has been viewed 133,000 times, almost 134,000 times. And that's been sitting there since 2007. And then they go down 100,000. One of the Captain Kirk, the Chris Pine Captain Kirk videos has been viewed 100,000 times. It's just me painting little brushes and stuff 100,000 times. Blows my mind. Anyway, so because of all of that, thank you so much, because even though YouTube doesn't provide me with any financial benefit each month or anything, but just knowing that people watch my stuff, it just helps in here. And then I get on with my actual commissions that people pay me for, and it's nice knowing that people do see stuff when I put it up on video. Now, I have been slow putting up YouTube videos recently because I've been so focused on just trying to paint and get commissions done. And I do have to focus a little bit more on my Patreon because there are people there specifically to watch tutorial videos and learn how to paint. Sometimes I'm even a little bit slow there, but YouTube, I often don't get to do videos because the ones that I put up, I edit to be short and, you know, in a format that people will watch and not be bored by. Because if I do a painting series, if I'm painting, I'll see if I had an example to show you, but I don't. If I'm painting a statue or a head, it might be 16 videos, 16 hour-long videos. If it's a big statue, like I did a Clint Eastwood one, that was like 52 videos. Not everyone wants to see all that, so for YouTube I try and edit it and keep it down to a 10-minute little short little bite-sized piece of painting, but that shows the entire process from start to finish. But because I've got to edit it, it means that I've got to watch through 16 hours of footage to pick all the little bits that will work. So it takes a lot of time, and recently I've not had that much time to do it. I'm going to try and fix it, I promise. There is a lot of stuff coming. I've got, at the moment, there's a Patreon series running of a Tom Baker head from Doctor Who. I'm showing how I repainted a 4th Doctor head from Big Chief Studios, big toothy grin head, which is brilliant, and that's running at the moment. So there will be a 10-minute edited video coming on YouTube from that. There's a big sideshow about this tall Red Sonja statue. That's going to be coming on here. There is, let me have a look, what else have I got? There's a Kylo Ren head. That's actually, the series of Kylo Ren is coming on YouTube. It's not going on Patreon, it's coming publicly on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch that series. I've got a couple of Ryan Gosling Blade Runner heads that I'm going to be doing. I've got a brilliant one that is going to be so good. I've got a Hot Toys Hulk figure that I'm sculpting the hair to be like he is in Ragnarok. Just short hair on the sides. I'm going to be sculpting that, repainting the whole thing, and then along with that doing a larger Hulk figure. I think it's NECA that made it, but it's a quarter scale Hulk, so it's going to be huge. And I've just seen my phone is ringing. Oh my god. I will come back, stay there. Hello, I'm back. The light has probably changed because the sun came round the front of the house and I had to turn the brightness settings down on my webcam because I was getting all blinded. So if this bit looks a bit different, I apologise. If it looks the same, ignore what I've just said. I was talking about, the Hulk commission that I've got coming up. So I'm repainting and resculpting the hair on a Hot Toys Hulk, and then working on a quarter scale Hulk, which is going to be bigger, and resculpting that one to be Abomination from the original Hulk film. So I'm sculpting all the chest bones and all the protruding bits and changing the hair, and I'm using a different cast of the Hulk head to make the head smaller and make it the right shape and have all the bones on his back. And I'm sculpting all of that and then painting it to look brilliant, hopefully. So that's coming up. That's a really good one. I'm hoping to be able to film the entire process of that. So if anyone wants to watch that as a series on Patreon, that'll probably be going there. There will also be a short 10-minute public thing coming to YouTube as well. But that's an interesting one that is coming soon, and it's already been on Patreon as a completed tutorial series, but there are pictures coming on here. I will edit it down to a short painted video, but I'll also do a video, I think, where I talk about it and show a load of photos, because it was a really good one that I love how it turned out, and I was actually pleased with myself having the idea to do it in a certain way. One that I did, which is currently on its way to America, was, and if I can make this picture come up, let me move over here, if this works, that guy. Now that was it was roughly 12 inches tall, so it was roughly about that big, and it was a statue kit, so it's not a posable action figure. It's not like one of those things. Oh, by the way, I got an Iron Man action figure. It's my first one. I know some people have got like 50 different ones. That's my only Iron Man figure. I managed to get it after 10 years of Hot Toys making the Iron Man figures. I'm so pleased with it. It's made of metal. It's really heavy. It's just got so much detail. Everything moves. I love that so much. Anyway, it's not one of those. That thing is a resin statue, essentially. It was a kit. Came in several parts. The legs were off, the arms were off, the head, all the separate pieces that are glued onto the head, so like the chin strap, the bits that come down the side, they were all off and separate pieces and had to be painted separately and glued together. The arms I did with magnets. I did a magnet in the disc that you can see him holding there. That disc has got a magnet in it, so you can either hold it in his hand just by shoving it between his fingers, or you can put it on his back and it just goes click and sticks onto his back with magnets. So I had a really good time doing that because I could see how it was turning out. The process of doing it was a complete nightmare. I'll tell you why in a second. So it looks like that when it's normal daytime on a shelf like this guy, with lights. That's what he looks like. Which one is it? That I get confused. Normal daylight, display. That's what he looks like. If you wait until the middle of the night and it's gone dark outside and you turn off all your lights and you get a UV lamp or a black light, and you hold that in front of it, what it looks like is, look at that. How cool is that? So he actually glows just by holding a black light in front of it. And when I had the idea to do that, because it's done with UV sensitive paints, when I had the idea, I was excited at the prospect of it potentially working. I didn't know if it would work. It's not something that I'd ever done before. I had to buy paint and do some tests and stuff, but I didn't really know how it was going to look until I saw the actual thing finished and turned all the lights off and shone a light on it. It was a nightmare. The reason why it was a struggle to do was because this paint doesn't paint like normal paint. It doesn't go on as thick. It's actually quite thick paint, but there's much less pigment in it than something like this, which is just normal acrylic paint, and you paint this on and the colour sticks. This stuff, it goes on, and even though it's quite thick paint, you have to do a lot of layers to build up the colour so it's an even colour, and that was a nightmare. And also I had to repaint a load of things a bunch of times because I would do things a certain way, then shine a light on it and realise that it looked messy when it was glowing, but it looked fine normally, and I had to repaint the grey bits. I had to repaint, oh, where's it gone? Hang on, I clicked the wrong thing there. All of the grey colour, which I did first, and then I did the glowing stuff, and then I realised that I had to repaint all of the grey stuff to neaten up the edges of the glowing stuff, and then I had to repaint the glowing stuff. It was a nightmare. I thought that would have taken me about 2 weeks to do. I got paid for about 1 week of work. It ended up taking me about 3 months, I think. The whole thing was a nightmare. But I'm really pleased that I did it, because A, look at that. Look how amazing that looks. And B, look how really amazing that looks. I've only ever seen a few Tron statues or figures, collectibles in the past. There's not that many of them out there. And I've only seen 1 or 2 that have lights inside them. So they've got LEDs or bulbs inside the figure that's clearly been cast in like clear resin or something. And they paint around it and leave all of those bits clear so you can see the lights coming through. But they look like something that's got a couple of lights inside. So there's bits that don't light up and bits that are way brighter and bits that are less brighter. They don't. The idea is brilliant, but they just don't work. They haven't put enough light inside them. This, it's just all over. It's an even glow everywhere, from the top of his head down to the glowing base. So you've got the glowing light blue stripes on the base. The orange of the circle that you can see on that base there, that circle is glowing. It's just slightly less glowing than all of this, and that was deliberate because I wanted this to be a little bit of a different colour. And then you've got all of that, which glows orange, and I'm so pleased with the way it turned out. So I'm very excited for that to arrive in America in one piece, because there's lots of delicate. All those things on his head are super delicate, little tiny resin pieces that would so easily snap. And I think I figured out a way to box it up and pack it up that nothing gets touched, and it's super safe. So hopefully it'll get to America and it'll be in one piece and the client will love it. So that is a thing that will be arriving on YouTube as both a 10-minute edited video, but also I might do a separate video where I show a load of photos, because I took a load of photos, to show what it looks like and, you know, let you guys see it. So there's a load of stuff coming to YouTube. I just have to make sure that I am more on top of things with making time to edit the videos that I can put on here, or even do things that I can do relatively quick, like editing a 10-minute video. It's a 10-minute video to you guys, but to me it's like sitting there for 2 days watching 20 hours of footage. But what I can do is do a video where I show you a load of pictures of a thing that's been finished and talk it through and show you what I've done, and that should just take me as long as it takes to get a collection of photos, put them on this software that I use to record these things, and talk to you for half an hour. So I could do more of those maybe while I'm, trying to make the time to do the 10-minute video things. I don't know why I'm doing that. That's 10 minutes. That is the international symbol for 10 minutes now. So that's what's coming. Lots of stuff coming. Lots of other commissions that I've not even mentioned. There's loads of stuff coming. But I just needed to thank the 10,000 and whatever it was of you who have subscribed. Anyone who's watching this or has just seen any of my other stuff and is about to subscribe, thank you. Thank you to the 1 million and something people who have watched my videos. What was it? 1,171,000. That's an insane number that I can't even get my head around. So thank you, but what? Because I'm getting, let's see, at the moment, each month, right, and this blows my mind as well. Each month, I get about 70,000 new views. Now that's not enough to make any money because, like I said, you need millions. But just the fact that each month, 70,000 people have watched other videos. And I'm getting about 350 new subscribers each month as well. And that's so cool. So hello to all those people, and I hope you enjoy the painting. That's it. I just needed to say thank you because I noticed it and I was like, oh my god, seriously? So I had to come on here and say thanks. I'm going to go. I hope you enjoy the painting videos that you've seen. I hope you enjoy the painting videos that are to come. As always, subscribe if you want to see more stuff. Please like and comment and stuff like that because it lets me know that people are seeing them. If the 10-minute videos, if you watch the 10-minute videos and you're like, that's great, but I actually want to see more of that, that's on Patreon. I'm trying to balance a way where I can do the commissions, but do sort of painting series in a way where I have the time to dedicate to doing that. I also do private painting lessons that I do on Skype. You can do those through Patreon, or you can do those just by contacting me. So I'm sort of juggling different ways where I can make this as a living. So from when I did that first Anakin figure, when it was a hobby and I just wanted something to do, to now where it's like, oh right, I do this all day, every day now. So I'm just trying to juggle ways to carry on doing this so I can carry on doing this for the next, how long am I going to be alive? The next 40 years, 50 years if I'm lucky. Fingers crossed. So I would just love to carry on doing this for the rest of my life, essentially. As long as my eyes carry on working, as long as my fingers carry on working, I want to carry on doing this. And you guys are helping me do that. So thank you so much. And I'm now going because I will end up rambling and I end up repeating myself, and that's no good. So take care, look after yourselves, be nice to someone else, do something nice for the planet, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.